Hello.
Yes, sir. आता correct येते.
Okay. Okay. So now let us start with the let us revise the initial concepts. Now we will directly move to the the thermal power plant. So I have told you whether you take either this diagram or you take this diagram. Okay. So this is the descriptive diagram of the boiler. May help you to that means the valuer may know that you know all the things that is related with the boiler, or you can use this diagram also. So I have told you that means we have to take the this that means this part. Okay, this part is same for the nuclear power plant and then the solar thermal power plant. Okay, so these are the thermal these are the power plants. Okay, related with the heat energy. Boilers, it generates heat energy. That heat energy converts water into superheated steam, and then that superheated steam is used in the steam turbine. Now in place of this steam in place of this boiler, if we take here heat exchanger, so then that becomes then, and if you instead of that boiler, if you are using nuclear reactor, then it becomes nuclear power plant. Okay, so thermal power plant, nuclear power plant, this works on the generation of heat. Okay, this works on the generation of heat and conversion of water into superheated steam. You remember this one because this is very important. These three thermal power plants, which one? The thermal power plant. Okay, so then nuclear power plant and solar thermal power plant. See, these words are very important. Thermal power plant. So whenever there is a word thermal power plant, that means the conversion of heat energy into electricity. So there are three thermal power plants. One is solar, another is nuclear, and the first one is that is the original thermal power plant. Okay, so the right hand side diagram is same. We have replaced the boiler with the nuclear reactor, so it becomes nuclear power plant. And then if you replace this nuclear reactor with the what? The flat plate collector. So then it becomes the solar thermal power plant. For all the three thermal power plant, all these three the power plants, what is the basic principle? The generation of heat. In case of thermal power plant, this heat is generated in the boiler. In case of nuclear power plant, it is generated in the nuclear reactor. And in case of solar thermal power plant, this heat is trapped or it is trapped in the flat plate collector. Okay, and then that heat is used for the conversion of this water into what? Superheated steam. And then that superheated steam, using the coolant, we are using here what? Coolant. Okay, so using that coolant, it is then transferred to the water in the heat exchanger, and then water is converted into superheated steam. Okay, and then the superheated steam use this right hand side circuit, and then we get generation of electricity. So this concept you have to remember. Okay, so this is a very simple concept, and you have to remember this one. Okay, so just we have now discussed all the three power plants which are using the heat now. Okay, now we will discuss now today. We'll discuss the another type of power plant. So that is called the geothermal binary cycle power plant. Now geothermal means what? The energy, again here the thermal is there. So that means again there is we have to use right hand side of our thermal power plant. But now instead of taking that part here, we have taken that on the upward. So this is that upward part. Okay, so this is the same thing we have taken from the thermal power plant. Okay, so this is our heat exchanger. So instead of vertical heat exchanger here, this is vertical. So we have just tilted this one. So this total part get upward like this. Okay, and this part get downward. Okay, so here this is the heat exchanger. The upper part is same as the thermal power plant. Remember this one. So this is our fourth power plant where we are using that same diagram, right hand side diagram from the thermal power plant. Okay, so what is happening here now? We'll see. Okay, so first thing here, same diagram we are using. Now geothermal means what? Now thermal is same again. This thermal again. This is the heat. So since now we are using heat, that means we are converting what? Water into superheated steam. That superheated steam will go to the turbine. Turbine will rotate the blades of the turbines, and then the generator or alternator. Okay, you remember this as a generator only. So generator is generate the electricity. Then it goes to the condenser. You put it here, condenser diagram only. So condenser, then it reject the heat, steam reject heat, it is converted into the feed water. Okay, the hot water from the condenser, it goes to what? The cooling tower. So same diagram. Okay, So that is there on the upper side. Now, what is our primary aim? That means we require heat. So from here, from where we'll get the heat for conversion of water into superheated steam? So that comes from the geothermal, that is binary cycle plant. That geothermal means it is coming from the soil. Geo means it is the ground or soil. Okay, so it is coming from the ground. So in our, that means on our earth there are certain regions where the temperature below the earth is very high. Okay, and we have predicted that particular regions, and then from there we can take the heat. Okay, so we can so at that particular regions, so this the pipe is inserted inside the ground. Okay, and so here you see this one. Now here this orange portion, so it shows that it consists of the very high temperature. Okay, now what happens here, there is the very high temperature fluid is there, and then that fluid is taken inside the pipe with the help of the pump, and when this hot fluid, it flows through the pipe, and then it comes in the heat exchanger. Now when that hot fluid, it comes in the heat exchanger, so it interact with the water, feed water, which is flowing through the heat exchanger. Now that geothermal fluid, it rejects it heat to the fluid, the feed water that is flowing in the heat exchanger, so that our feed water here, then it is converted into superheated steam, and then that steam, it goes to the turbine. It rotates the blades of the turbines. It is connected with the generator. We will get the generation of electricity. Remaining steam, it goes to the condenser. It rejects heat, converted into the condensate, and then condensate, it again flows through the heat exchanger. The hot water from the condenser, it goes to the cooling tower. Hot water converted into cold water and again comes to the condenser. Okay, so this diagram is same. Okay, you don't get confused with this the diagram, that means details. Okay, so you have to draw the same diagram what we have drawn in the thermal power plant, but you have to draw it on the upward side. Okay, so draw it on the upward side here. Okay, so this diagram you have to draw here on the top side only. Okay, this heat exchanger, you draw it on the bottom side, because we have to take the heat from the ground. That's why we'll put here one pump. Okay, or we will take here one the system where the pipe is there and a pump, and ground is having very high temperature liquid. Okay, or fluid. We will pump that high temperature liquid, and when that high temperature liquid, it comes in contact with our fluid, that means water, so that hot fluid which is coming from the ground, it exchange the heat with the water, feed water flowing through this our above system, this one. Okay, the top system, and when this hot water, when supply its heat to this fluid, our water is converted into superheated steam. So see, for all the power plant, the working principle is same. So what you have to concentrate? You have to concentrate on the heat source. So from where the heat is coming? Okay, so in thermal power plant, it comes from the boiler. In nuclear power plant, it comes from the nuclear reactor. Okay, in solar thermal power plant, it comes from the solar flat collector, or okay, so flat plate collector. And in case of geothermal power plant, it comes from the ground. Okay, so geothermal zone, it comes from the geothermal zone. So this comes on, now heat is there, so now then heat is taken into the heat exchanger. Okay, so that comes here. So in thermal power plant, it directly comes. In nuclear reactor, we are using the coolant, so we have used here the coolant for taking that heat in nuclear power plant. In thermal power plant also, we have used the coolant, so that coolant goes into the flat plate collector, taken the heat, and then it is supplied to the water. Now in geothermal power plant also, we have directly pump it, and then that fluid is flowing through our system. So after rejecting the heat to the in the heat exchanger, then that fluid, then it is rejected here in the ground only directly. Okay, so this is the injection. So that fluid is there. Now what will happen to this fluid? Suppose it comes at the temperature of, suppose we will consider, just say suppose it comes at 500 degrees Celsius. Okay, so after rejecting heat, then its temperature becomes, suppose let us say this temperature is 200 degrees Celsius. So this 200 degrees Celsius, so this is T is equal to how much? This is 200 degrees Celsius now. So this 200 degrees Celsius then rejected in the ground again. Okay, then while taking the heat, we are taking the heat which is having what? This much temperature, higher temperature, not the lower temperature. Okay, so lower temperature fluid is rejected, or it is supplied again back to the this geothermal zone. Okay, So that we have to consider. Okay. So this is the working of your geothermal power plant. So geothermal power plant, it works on the principle of taking the heat from the ground. We call that as a geothermal zone. Okay. There are certain regions in our on our earth where we are getting this type of तुम्ही गरम पाण्याचे आपण गरम पाण्याचे झरे आपण ऐकतो तिथे त्याच्यामध्ये ते काय असतं सो दिस इज दॅट इज द जिओथर्मल झोन ओके तर तुम्ही बघितलं असेल की काही ठिकाणी काय होतं की गरम पाण्याचे ग्राउंड मधून गरम पाणी निघतं ओके सो दॅट इज अवर जिओथर्मल झोन and we are using that hot water for converting our water the normal water into superheated steam and then that water into use for the generation of the electricity. Okay, so this is the working of your geothermal binary cycle power plant. Okay, so this is there. Now the next power plant is the hydroelectric power plant. Okay, now what is this hydro means it is water. Okay, so this hydro means it is water. So this is water. Okay, so this is water. Hydro means what? It is water. So water is used for the conversion of electric power plant. So now afterwards we are using, now we don't have the heat now. So we are using the other forms of the energy sources. Okay, so up to here, so 4 power plants, that is geothermal, then solar thermal, okay, then nuclear power plant and the original thermal power plant. So here this for this 4 thermal power plant, the diagram is same. So okay, so this right hand side diagram is same, only the heat source is changing. Here there is a boiler, then this is nuclear reactor, then this is the flat plate collector, and here this is geothermal fluid. So for these 4 the power plants, the diagram is same, only the heat source is different, so that you have to remember. Now onwards we are taking different types of the energy source. So what is the next energy source? That is hydro. That means water. Water is used for the generation of electricity. So that's why it is called as hydroelectric power plant. Hydro means it is water. Okay. Now what is the construction of this one? So it also work on the same principle. So here see we have the generator. Okay. So this is the we have here generator. Now instead of the in previous power plants we have used what? We have used the steam turbine. See here the difference. Here we have used the steam turbine because we are converting water into superheated steam. But now in a hydroelectric power plant, instead of steam turbine, we have hydraulic turbine. Okay, so just concentrate on this term. This is very important. Whenever you are writing the construction and working of hydroelectric power plant, so instead of the steam turbine, okay, so for all the above power plants, we are use steam turbine. But now we have hydraulic turbine. Why hydraulic turbine? Because we are now using water, so that's why it is the hydraulic turbine now. Okay, so this hydraulic turbine is also having the blades. So this is having the blades. So what is the basic principle? We have to rotate these hydraulic blades of the hydraulic turbine. This hydraulic turbine, it is connected with the generator, and then because of the rotation it will generate the electricity. So how will rotate these blades of the this hydraulic turbine? So using water. So for rotation of this water, what we require, suppose if we supply the water on the same level, so like this, suppose this is our water, so it will not rotate because it is having very low velocity. If we supply the water on the same level to the hydraulic turbine, so it will not rotate the blades of the turbine. That means you have to take the water up to some height. Okay, so that's why these hydroelectric power plant, these are located on the hill areas where the water is stored on the height. Okay, we required, and we call this as a head. We call this as a head. That means water must be stored at certain head. Okay, so this is on the hilly areas, the water is collected. Okay, we call that as a reservoir. Now we have to store this water because during the year the water we are collecting the water, so we have to store this we have to store this water. So for this purpose we construct the dam. Okay, we construct the dam there. Okay, now we have there the trash rack. If you see here, okay, if you see here we have the trash rack. Now what is the purpose of this the trash rack? So this one, this is trash rack. So what is the purpose of this trash rack? We have collected the water. Okay, now this water will flow through this trash rack. So we know that the water is having the impurities. Now when this water flows through this trash rack, the impurities are removed. So these are used for removing the impurities. So it is one kind of filter here. So when the water flows through this trash rack, the impurities get removed. Now after removing the impurities from this water, now then it comes into the pipe, which is called as what? Penstock. Okay. So inside the dam, we have inserted one pipe that is called as what? That is called as the penstock. Now the water, after removing the impurities, now it enters into the penstock. We have here the gate, and then this penstock is fitted on some the rigid blocks. So that is called as what? The anchors. Okay. So this one is that. Now when the water comes through this trash rack, the impurities get removed and it enters into this penstock. Now when this water, when the gate is open, so water flows at very high velocity. So velocity is very high. Why? Because it is flowing from very, that means the high head, because we have taken the height of this water. So whenever the water flows through the height, so it is having very high velocity. That's why we put the water tank, the water tank for using the water, we put it on the terrace in our building. Okay, so that the head is developed and water comes without using any pump. So we require pump for lifting the water to the water tank, okay, in our house. But whenever it comes downward, so we don't require the pump. Okay, so it comes automatically because of the gravity. And when the water comes from that water tank, so it comes at very high velocity. Okay, because it is having very high head. Okay, so it is just similar to our the water tank we are using in our house. Instead, only what we have done, we have stored that water at in the form of in the dam. Okay, so we have stored that water here. Now, when that water comes through this penstock, it comes at very high velocity, and when it comes here, so here we have the nozzle. Okay, here we have the nozzle. Nozzle again increases the velocity of this water. What this nozzle is again used for increasing the velocity, and then that water, it strikes the blades of the hydraulic turbine. Here we have the hydraulic turbine and it is having the blades. So this water, it strikes the blades of the hydraulic turbine and then it rotates the blades of the hydraulic turbine. Now, because of this rotation, what happened? This is energy because of what? The position. So this is potential energy. Potential energy is converted into what? Kinetic energy, because now the water is moving. Now the water stored in the reservoir, it is having potential energy. When the water flows through the penstock, the potential energy is converted into kinetic energy. That kinetic energy is converted into what? Mechanical energy, because of the rotation of the hydraulic turbine blades. And then that mechanical energy, it is converted into what? It is converted into electrical energy in the generator. So this is the conversion of energies. So potential energy is converted into kinetic energy. Kinetic energy is converted into mechanical energy in the hydraulic turbine, and then that mechanical energy is converted into electrical energy in the generator. Okay, once the electricity is generated, then this is transferred to the load using the transmission lines. Okay, so this is the working of your hydroelectric power plant. Okay, now just let me see whether I am having that videos with me. So I can show you that videos there. Hydroelectric power plant. Yes, so we have that video. Let us see this one. So this is your hydroelectric power plant. So this is what initially you are saying, this is the dam. Okay, this is our reservoir. Okay, so whenever there is the rainfall, we'll store the water, and this is our dam. Okay, then this is the gates. Okay, now so this is, now we open the gates, now it is coming downward. Okay, we have trash rack there for removing the impurities, and then afterwards we have the penstock. So see here, this is gate, this is the penstock. This pipe is called as what? Penstock. Now this is called as the trash rack to remove the impurities. This is our dam. Okay, and this is our reservoir. So now when the water comes, so when we open the gate, so water comes through this penstock, and this is our generator. This is our this is a hydraulic turbine, and then we have the generator. Okay, so that comes here. See, we have opened the gate now, and the water is flowing through this one. Now water is striking the hydraulic turbine. It is rotating the blades of the hydraulic turbines, and then the generator converts that hydraulic energy or mechanical energy into the electricity. Okay, and the remaining water from the hydraulic turbine, then it is again removed to the river. Okay, so that is here. So this is the working of your hydraulic turbine. So it is very simple working. Use the water, potential energy of the water, it is converted into kinetic energy when it is flowing through the pipe. Then that potential kinetic energy, it is converted into mechanical energy in the hydraulic turbine, and then that mechanical energy, it is converted into electricity using the generator. Generator generate electricity, and then it is transferred to the required load condition using the transmission lines. Okay, so whenever it is required power station, so it is stored here, and then we are using this electricity. Okay, so this is the working of your hydraulic power plant. So I hope you have understood this. This is very simple. Okay, so this is the animation for your hydraulic turbine. Okay, then before that we have seen the which one? Okay, geothermal. Okay, we don't have geothermal animation for this one, so we will keep it. Okay, so these are the two things. Okay, then next we have the solar photovoltaic power plant. Now you see here we are not using heat energies afterwards here. That means after this, so hydroelectric power plant. So we are using here the water. Remember this one. We are using water here. Water is used for conversion of the generation of the electricity. Okay, so thermal is not there now. The thermal is remaining for the above power plant. Just remember, now we are using different source of energy. So we have used what now? Water, hydro. Okay, then we have used now we are now using now next one as a solar now. So this is called as what? Solar photovoltaic power plant. Okay, so now here what we are using? We are using now solar energy which is coming from the sun. We are using here the panels which is called as the PV panels, photovoltaic panels. Okay, so solar energy. So what is this PV panel? So this PV panel consists of this this is made up of what? Silicon. So silicon is what? Silicon is a semiconductor. Okay, we are using here PV panels. You know this one. So while conversion of the conversion of this solar energy into electricity, we have to use what? PV panel. So this is made up of what? This is made up of silicon. Okay, silicon is what? Silicon is a semiconductor. So semiconductor means it consists of two junctions. What is called as one is P and another one is N. So it consists of two junctions, P and N junction. Okay, so let me show you correctly. So it consists of here the P junction and it consists of the N junction. Okay, so this is one and this is two. Now here we have the this what atom of the silicon. Okay, this is our atom. This consists of the electrons and other. This consists of the electrons. Now what happens here? When the solar energy it strikes this PV panel. Okay, when the solar energy is incident on these PV panels, so these electrons from this atom it get shifted. Okay, it get excited and then it get removed from this atom of the silicon, and then this is negatively charged. So it moves to the P side. Okay, this is positive side and this is what? Negative side. Okay, so P junction, it moves to the P junction. So the solar light it is continuously falling on this PV panel and there is a generation of electrons. So large number of electrons is generated and then that electrons are moving inside this PV panel. We know that the movement of the electron it generates what? It generates electricity. Moving of electron it generates what? It generates the electricity. Okay, so what is this? What is the basic principle here? We know that electricity is generated because of what? Because of the moving of electrons. Now how to move the electrons? So these electrons are moved when the sunlight it falls on the silicon. Okay, silicon atom. So electrons get excited and they start moving in the PV panels. Okay, in that particular PV panels in the P junction. And because of this movement of this electron, there is a generation of what? There is a generation of voltage. Okay, there is a generation of voltage. That's why it is called as what? PV. PV means what? Photovoltaic. Now photo means what? Photo means it is light. So from where this light is coming? So this light is coming from the sun, photo. And what is voltaic? It is called as photovoltaic cell. This is called as photovoltaic. So this photo word comes from solar energy, light from the solar energy. And what is this voltaic? Because of the movement of this electron, there is a generation of the voltage between this P and N junction. That's why this voltaic word comes from here, generation of voltage. That's why this is called as PV panels. So this word PV, it is generated like this. So P, that means photo, it is taken from the energy which is coming from the sunlight, and because of that the electron get excited, electron get removed from the atom, and then there is a movement of this electron. The movement of electron means what? It is generation of electricity, and because of that there is a difference in voltage, and that voltaic word comes because of this one. Okay, so that's why it is called as PV cell. PV cell means what? It is photovoltaic cell. Now we know we have seen how the electricity is generated in the PV panel. Now this electricity is DC. This is what? DC current. Okay, we have two types of current. One is called as AC, another is DC. The electricity we received in our home is AC current. The electricity we are using in our bikes, in our cars, so that is our DC current. Okay, so that is DC. We are whatever the appliances we are running in our home, that is AC. So what will happen? So DC current we have generated. So that DC current, it goes to the charge controller. Charge controller, it is what? It only take care of what the how much amount of energy to be supplied to the battery. Okay, so that much energy is supplied to the battery. DC current is stored in the battery. Okay, which type of current we have generated? PV panels, it generate DC current. So DC current is stored in the battery. Now, if you are having the DC load, that means if you have any lights, then which works on the DC, so you are using you can use this DC current for these appliances. Okay, but in our home we have AC. Okay, we are using the appliances which use AC current. Okay, so fans, then TV, then refrigerator. So it works on what? It takes the AC load. So we have to convert this DC current from the battery into AC current, and then for that conversion we have to use what? Inverter. So inverter is a device which converts DC current to AC current. Okay, so here we are using both the currents. If you have DC load, you can use DC current from the battery. If you have AC load, then you have to convert this DC into AC. And for conversion of this DC into AC, we have to use what? We have to use inverter. Okay, so that is the working of this photovoltaic power plant. So how this photovoltaic power plant works? So photovoltaic power plant, it works on the principle of the photovoltaic effect. This is called as photovoltaic effect. What is photovoltaic effect? When the PV panel, which consists of what? Which consists of the silicon. Okay, which consists of the silicon, which is one type of the semiconductor. When the sun rays, it falls on this PV panel, so the atom of the silicon, it receives that energy, and electrons get emitted. Because of the movement of the electron, there is a generation of electricity. The amount of electricity which is generated, it is DC in nature. It is a DC current. So that DC current is stored in the battery using the charge controller. If you are having the DC load, you use this DC current directly from the battery. If you are having AC load, okay, so then that times you have to convert this DC into AC. And for conversion of DC into AC, we have to use what? We have to use inverter. Okay, so this is the working of your solar photovoltaic power plant. Okay, see here we are not using any turbine and other things. Okay, so this is different. Okay, so two power plants are now different. One is what? Hydroelectric power plant. Here we have the generator, but turbine, but this is hydraulic turbine. Okay, and here now this is the different type of the power plant. Okay, so this type of the power plants are there. Okay, so this is your solar photovoltaic power plant. Okay, and the last the power plant is what? It is wind turbine. Okay, so wind turbine means what? Now it is very simple. It is having the we have the rotor with the blades. Okay, and we have some controller here. We have the brakes and we have the gearbox. Okay, then gearbox, it is connected to the generator using the shaft. Now you know that the wind is flowing. Okay, the wind is flowing. Now when the wind, now we are using here what energy source is what wind. So when the wind is flowing, so wind rotate the blades, the blades of the wind turbine, and because of this rotation, what happens? This rotation of these blades is very. That means the rotations are very small. Okay, RPM of this you have seen that wind turbine, it rotates with very low speed. Okay, so RPM is very less here. Okay, जर तुम्ही विंड टर्बाइन बघितलं असेल तर तो खूप कमी स्पीडने फिरतो. ओके, wind strike the blades of the turbine and it rotates at very less speed. So what happens? So we have to convert this less RPM into more RPM. So that's why we have connected that with the gearbox. We have connected that the gearbox. What is the function of this gearbox? Gearbox, suppose the initial RPM is equal to 100. It is rotating at 100 RPM only. Now the gearbox will convert this 100 RPM into 500 RPM. It will convert the less RPM, that is initial RPM, into the more RPM. So we are using here the gears, and the function of the gearbox is to convert what? The 100 RPM into 500 RPM. Okay, because we required the generator operates at particular RPM. Okay, generator electricity generate karel when it receives the 500 RPM, when it rotates at 500 RPM. So 100 RPM ला तो rotate तो electricity generate करणार नाही. आपल्याला किती RPM हवे आहे? We required 500 RPM. So for getting this 500 RPM, we are using what here? The gearbox. आपल्या गाडीमध्ये पण आपण काय use करतो? We use the gearbox. Okay, that's why when we put the gears, so we increase the speed. Okay, so initial speed generated by the engine is less, but when you are using the gear, okay, when you are using the gear, so it increases the speed of your engine. So that's why the gearbox, the function of the gearbox is to increase the RPM. Okay, it increases the RPM of the speed of the engine. So initial speed of this rotation of the blade is less. That speed is that speed is increased using the gearbox, and then that higher speed. So this shaft it rotates with higher speed. Okay, this shaft it rotates with less speed. Okay, so then that is connected with the generator, and then generator generates the electricity. So this is the output of our wind power plant. Okay, so this is the simple working of your wind power plant. So here the energy source is wind, and then it is finally converted into what? Electricity. Okay, so this is the energy conversion here. Okay. And what is this controller? Controller controls the that means the RPM of this one. See, sometimes wind flows at very high velocity, so there might be chances of the we get here the vibration. So because of that, so we are using here the brakes. So sometimes if the wind velocity is very high, so we have to apply the brakes. So or we have to stop this wind turbine. So for applying or to minimize the speed, we are using the brakes, and that is controlled by this controller. Okay, so there is one controller, so we are using here the controller. Okay, so these are the different types of what? The power plants. So wind power plant, it works on the conversion of wind into electricity. So this is your wind turbine power plant. Then the solar photovoltaic power plant, it works on the conversion of energy from solar energy into electricity. Solar energy, it falls on the PV panel, which is consist of the silicon as a semiconductor. Silicon, when the sunrise, it falls on the silicon atom. Electrons get released, and because of that movement of the electrons, there is a generation of DC current. DC current is stored in the battery. Then the DC current is converted into AC current using the inverter. Okay. Then we have seen the hydroelectric power plant, where the water is converted into electricity. Water, it rotates the hydraulic turbine. It is stored in the reservoir. Then it passes through the trash rack. It removes the impurities. Then the potential energy of the water in the reservoir, it is converted into kinetic energy in the penstock. It is flowing in the penstock. Penstock is just the pipe. So potential energy is converted into kinetic energy. Kinetic energy is converted into mechanical energy in the hydraulic turbine, and this mechanical energy, it is converted into electrical energy in the generator. Okay, so this is the simple working of the hydroelectric power plant. Okay, and we are then before that we have seen the geothermal power plant, where we are taking the hot fluid from the geothermal zone. This hot fluid supplies its heat to the water flowing from the heat exchanger, and it converts that feed water into superheated steam. So superheated steam, it goes to the steam turbine, then it rotates. So steam turbines are used in geothermal, okay, geothermal, then nuclear, okay, then solar thermal power plant. In solar, we have two types of power plant. One is solar thermal power plant, okay. So this is solar thermal power. If solar thermal power plant is asked in the examination, you have to draw this diagram where flat plate collectors are used. Conversion of, here it is thermal means what? Just remember, this is conversion of heat into electricity. So we require here steam turbine. And another type of power plant is what? PV. Okay. So solar photovoltaic power plant. So okay. So be careful about these two power plants. One is solar thermal power plant where conversion of heat into electricity. And photovoltaic means what? Conversion of solar lights into electricity. So here we are using PV panels. Okay. So these two things you have to remember. Okay. So these are all the different types of the power plants. Okay. So I hope you have understood this type of the power plants. If you have any questions regarding this, you can ask me now, or otherwise we will stop here for today's lecture. Okay. So if you have any doubt, you can ask. Okay. Any question?
No, sir.
Okay.
No, sir.
So have you understood the power plants now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So be careful about the two power plants. One is solar thermal power plant. Another one is the photovoltaic power plant. Photo means it is light, using light. Thermal means it is using heat.
Yes.
Okay. So this is there. Okay. So next time we will discuss then the hydrogen energy. Okay. We'll discuss the hydrogen fuels. This is very important question. So out of these power plants, you will get one power plant in your examination, that is for the 7 marks. Okay. And some student asked me regarding the purchase of the book. So now initially don't purchase any book. I will give you all the theory notes. Okay, don't purchase any book. You purchase the books whenever there is examination, it is declared, because we don't know about the whether it is in theory examination or in this MCQ question, MCQ type of examination. But I will provide you all the details, that means theory related to this wind power. That means unit number 1 to 6 unit. Okay. So don't worry about that one. If you require the books, you take it from the library. Okay. You take it from the library only. Otherwise, I will give you the theory notes. Don't worry. If you purchase that one also, it is sufficient. Okay. Okay. Now, regarding this attendance, you put your attendance in the chat box, because I have some difficulty while taking the attendance. So you just put your roll number in the chat box. I will take it from there and I will put your attendance. Okay. So then thank you very much.